everyone. I am Swati, your host for today from FairGaze, and I would like to welcome all of you to this Future Life Skill session on essential global career skills. The webinar aims to provide insights into the skills, competencies, and qualifications that are essential for a successful career in today's globalized world. The webinar is about gaining valuable insights and taking the first step toward a successful career. Without any further delay, I would now like to welcome our guest speaker for today's session, Mr. Christie. Christie is the founder and director of Immigranz Global Limited and lives in Auckland, New Zealand. He is licensed immigration advisor for New Zealand and registered migration agent for Australia with 15 plus years of experience in the immigration industry, guiding migrants to study, work, and live in New Zealand and Australia. I would now like to welcome another guest speaker for today's session, Madalina. Madalina is the director of Immigranz Global Limited and lives in Brisbane, Australia. She is a registered migration agent for Australia with 15 plus years of experience in the immigration industry. I would like to request to Madalina ma'am to start the session.
It's probably best time to start planning to come to Australia. If you wanna, study here and eventually, I'm sure that you are, maybe you're already aware that Australia is, it's one of the very, very well known and very well developed countries in terms of world-class education. So we have some of the world's top universities and education institution here. We are a very diverse culture, many people from many backgrounds, the very good quality of life, and I can vouch for that since I've been here for 18 years. Strong economy, student visa applications, they don't take too long these days. It's normally the Department of Home Affairs, they look at your confirmation of enrollment and they see when the course is due to start, and they make that necessary assessments.
Movies from Hollywood also that have been filmed in New Zealand. You might know some of them. Avatar, for example, Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible Fallout, Lord of the Rings, very famous one, King Kong, Hobbit, so they have all been made in New Zealand basically. I mean, probably partly or some of them completely have been made here. So we have a big industry here. And why again it is of interest is we have got programs here for students, young students to study, which could lead them to become, producers, directors, actors and all. So that's a big industry again, the film industry here. So the question that people ask is, why is New Zealand in high demand as a migrant destination? Now, we have one of the highest quality of life in the world, and you probably read often about such things. There are surveys and all where people come to know about them. But these are some of the reasons we have high quality education. So if you want to study here, the quality of education is really very high. You have got equal job opportunities, doesn't matter which country you come from, because someone asked the question that if they are in Australia, will they be treated, with the same equal amount of opportunities? Yes, absolutely. Not just New Zealand, but Australia and Canada also, which we deal with. All of them give you the equal number of opportunities, but I just want to focus on New Zealand right now. We are multicultural and we are diverse, which means we have people living in New Zealand from at least 120 to 130 different countries of the world, which is quite a lot. We have an excellent life work balance. You work about 40 hours a week, and the rest of the time is your personal time, on the weekends. So we work Monday to Friday, normally 40 hours a week. You have a healthy lifestyle. The natural beauty is there, as you've seen in the video. We have a pollution-free air. That's why we call it 100% pure New Zealand. We have a very stable political system here, so we don't have any issues with the politics, with the government. Natural ecosystems are made here to control the natural beauty of the country, and we have a public funded healthcare. That means anyone who is in New Zealand, who is some people on work visas and resident citizens, everyone is given free medical healthcare.
Study permit requirements. Mainly, this has been academic standards to get admitted into the program. We assist with that to choose a program of desire. One must have excellent English language standards, must pass an English test with high scores, and there is a number of tests being accepted. You have to do 4 bands: speaking, reading, listening, and writing. Students can also work part-time while studying in Canada, and students must present sufficient funds for tuition fees. Those can come from parents' savings, bank loan, or other sources of income. The maintenance costs have been increased to $20,635 Canadian dollars this year, and that again can come from your parents' bank loan or else. Students mostly enter into diploma program or bachelor's degree, as well as master's or PhD programs, but you can start with bachelor or diploma program and then progress further if you desire. So programs in demand traditionally have been healthcare, nursing, medical sciences, IT, engineering.
We have question in the chat box also.
Okay.
What are the dangers of using guidance and advice from social media, rising influencer culture, and friends when planning to study abroad?
Okay, that's a good question, because this is happening a lot with a lot of people. Look, somebody's friends are going to Canada and they say, look, I got a visa approved and I know how to do it. I can tell you how to do it. They can try, but the advice from friends and social media is actually, basically, it's not something you want to take for something which can affect your life permanently, because those are just the personal experiences of other people. They don't apply to you. It's like this: if your friend fell sick and a friend took an antibiotic, and you also have the same kind of problem, can you just take the antibiotic because you can buy it in a pharmacy in India? No. You can if you want to, harm your life, but that would not be something which anyone would want to do. So the experiences of others may have relevance to your situation. They may not have relevance to your situation. The story which they're telling you could be, a one-off situation. Like, for example, immigration New Zealand takes approximately 19 to 20% incorrect decisions across the country, across the world, and across all visa categories. So if it is one of those incorrect decisions which was granted by mistake, then you may have a wrong decision now. And the visa could be granted or declined in error. Also, social media is full of false and nonsense information. Everybody knows that. Probably half the information is just fake news. Go on Twitter, how many accounts are just bots, right? AI that's all it is. The information could be both incorrect, it could be incomplete, and it could be old and not anymore, which is valid. Our rules are changing every day. Today only we got an email from immigration, something is changing. So that's going to change effective the 29th of January. So the rules change all the time. And the most important thing is, are you ready to base your career, your life, your future on something which you read on a social media or hear from friends?
Session was amazing, and I'm sure all the participants will try to make changes in their life to achieve success. Thank you, Christie sir, for contributing to the vibrant discussion and for providing information that will be very helpful for everyone planning to study abroad.